And you know what time it is? Time to fire it up.
What's your beef, scoreheads? Murph is waiting to hear from you. The beef lines are now open at 312-644-6767. Only on WSCR. The Score.
All right, just a minute or two from What's Your Beef? Best beefs from you, sports beefs. I'll send you over to the best beefs in town at Brown's. Oh, man, the Italian beef, the Italian sausage, they taste better. All right, I got some beefs. I got email beefs. We got all kind of beefs. Oh, I got a beef with you. How come you haven't gone to see Jack Phelan? You gotta see Jack.com. This is maybe the best 2-3 weeks to go visit and get that brand new car. Just take my word for it. The best 2 or 3 weeks of the year. You gotta see Jack.com. Jack Phelan.
Hit him up! Move him out!
We want to know what's bothering you in the world of sports. Give Murph a call at 312-644-6767. That's 312-644-6767. And tell him what's beefing you in the world of sports. What's Your Beef is brought to you by Brown's Chicken Sandwiches and Catering.
You know it tastes better. If you get a busy signal, dial as soon as someone hangs up. We'll get you in, get you out. Perfect for nervous first-time rookie callers. You know, Murph, I always want to call in, but I'm sort of nervous. Well, you know what? This is perfect for you. First-time callers, we get you in, and we get you out. Just like they do over at Brown's. Get you in there for lunchtime. Look at it, 20 minutes after 12. You're starving, you're hungry, you're out in the car right now. 50 locations. What do I recommend? You know what I recommend? The Maxwell Street Polish. How about the meatball sandwich, the Italian beef, the Italian sausage? Man, oh, man. Put them together. In Chicago, we call it a combo. President Frank Portillo's favorite. Let's get to the phone line, see what the fans are beefing about. I got plenty of Kyle Orton talk coming up, and we've got a little bit of Jim Callis, around maybe 1:15, 1:30 from Baseball America. He's going to talk briefly about some of the young Cubs and Sox that maybe can bust into the team down in spring training. Let's go to Rich from Schaumburg. Hello, Rich.
Hey, Murph, how about the weather, the fact that I paid 50 cents for a 48-page Sun-Times today, but what's really got me mad is the Chicago Bears spin zone, which props up a certain head coach to tell us that Kyle Orton is starting this weekend on Monday because he gives us the best chance to win this week. Just tell us he's starting. We don't need to hear that he gives us the best chance to win.
And Rich, you're exactly right. You're already going to Browns. You're a winner. But let me ask you this. How do they know this? How do they know? Say, they're in a trick bag when they make that statement. You're 100% correct. How do they know that Kyle Orton gives them the best chance to win anyway?
Yeah, he doesn't take any reps. He takes no steps. Did he suddenly get better? Brian Greasy got worse. Is he great against the Minnesota Vikings? Is that why? I mean, it makes no sense, Murph.
Hey, you're going to go to Browns? It tastes better. Hang on, Rich.
Thanks, Murph.
All right, buddy. Hook up my guy, Rich, there. You know, I got a lot of emails here regarding the Sun-Times. Here's a beef from today's edition. Kevin from Bartlett. Murph, my beef is with the Sun-Times. What happened to the paper? He says there are 47 pages. Is that right? It's got to be an even number, doesn't it? Let me get my Sun-Times there. It's got to be an even number. Murph, used to be at least 50 pages. He says the number of pages in today's edition, I just don't understand it. The sports section is only about 4 or 5 pages. He says what they're doing is like the food producer's playbook. Don't increase the price of the product. Reduce the serving size. Pretty soon, Murph, the Sun-Times will be on a 5x7 sticky note card, and it'll be hard. No. He says it'll be hard to put Mike Mulligan's headshot on that small of a paper. They'll always have room for Mully's headshot. Let's go next to Steve from Winthrop Harbor. Hello, Steve.
Hey, how's it going, Murph?
Oh, man, up in the northeast corner of Illinois. Hey, Steve, what's your beef?
My beef is with Bears management. Earlier in the season when the draft came about, they could have picked up some linemen, but apparently, Lovie Smith's too smart for that.
Well, they picked up offensive lineman Beekman. Maybe it's a little hard to put those young guys. I asked Habakkuk yesterday, is it hard to put a rookie into the offensive line without getting your quarterback killed? And he said, hey, they're getting their quarterbacks killed anyway. Thank you very much, Steve. That opens up one line for you. 312-644-6767. What's your beef? Over at Browns. I've been telling you for about 6 months now about the new Browns jumbo buffalo wings. Let me tell you. You like buffalo wings? These wings are bigger. They taste better. They got 5 great flavors. Jumbo buffalo wings at Browns. Bigger wings, bigger taste, 5 great flavors. And you know what? They're flying off the shelves. Sorry, can't help myself. Let's go to Rob from Cedar Lake. Hello, Rob.
How's it going, Murph?
Fine, Rob. What's your beef, buddy?
My beef is with a certain head coach of the Chicago Bears, and it's the belief that holding out, telling everybody who the quarterback is going to help his team. They're letting Kyle Orton know Friday he could have spent all weekend training with the offensive coordinator, going over game plans like that. Instead, he's sitting there wondering what's going on for Monday in the stinking press conference.
Well, Rob, you hit the nail on the head. In fact, Mike Mulligan also had your same thoughts in the Sun-Times this morning when he said, wait a minute, even though the game's not till next Monday, how come you didn't have the kid maybe, like you say, either, throwing a little bit, working at least with Ron Turner, chalk talk, watching the films, let him know so he could be getting ready. Yeah, everyone's agreeing with you on that, Rob. You've cleverly put a tool of the week, Lovie Smith, into What's Your Beef. I like your moxie. I like your angle. You're going to Browns, all right, Rob?
All right.
How about Rob? Rob's commingling segments on Murph, but that's okay. I'm in a benevolent mood. Let's go next to, I'm also giving a lot away. Let's go to Jeff from Wrigleyville. Hello, Jeff.
Hey, Murph, how you doing?
Fine. What's your beef, buddy?
Hawks need to waive Samson off, but my main beef, I'm tired of Bears fans going to the United Center who haven't been there in 10 years, wearing their jerseys and acting like Martin LaPointe is something that they know about. He's a great player, and they need to get some self-respect and not go to the Blackhawks games until they know about the team that's on the ice.
So you don't like the Johnny-come-latelys that are wearing sweaters of guys, Blackhawks fans that don't even know whose sweater they're wearing.
And they want to spend most of the time arguing about who's the worst quarterback.
Okay, thanks a lot. Sounds like a score web poll question. Who's the quarterback that you want? By the way, our text question today, what gift should Pappy Claus give Lovie Smith this holiday season? 67011. Hey, let's catch up on a couple things. Second round of What's Your Beef? Coming up in a moment. Just up ahead, stop in. It's another Browns, 50 Browns locations around Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. You know Browns, the chicken's great, the lunches are great, and even the $49 football party special at brownschicken.com. It tastes better.
Everyone apparently in the industry knew that the broadcasters, Harry Carey and Milo Hamilton, had a major beef with each other.
What's your beef? Let's go to the phone lines. Browns, they got the best beefs. Maybe John from Bartlett's got a great beef. Hello, John.
Hello there, Murph.
Hey, what's your beef, buddy?
My beef is lack of movement with the Cubs.
Lack of movement with the Cubs. All right, well, that's a legitimate beef. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
There's lack of movement. The reason why I say lack of movement with the Cubs is I see them not making trades or any type of signings right now, and they're not increasing their payroll enough to win the championship like John McDonough promised a year ago.
Tell you what, they say, and again, I be clear, they say that their payroll will be up 20+% this year from $99 million to over $120 million. It remains to be seen, and they haven't done it yet. However, you know what? They got no right fielder, but Kenny Williams has 2 shortstops. So you see, it's an interesting topic you bring up, John from Bartlett. Kenny Williams, he signed Uribe back and then made the trade for Cabrera. Hendry went the opposite route. He did not retain Jack Jones. He traded him. And he does not have Fukudome yet. So you got one side of town with 2 shortstops, the other side of town with no right fielder, right?
Right.
Hey, thanks for bringing that topic up. I appreciate it. I've been meaning to bring that one up. All right, let's get, by the way, 1 o'clock, plenty of fresh new Kyle Orton talk. And let's get back to the What's Your Beef lines. Our friends at Browns, you know it tastes better. And Mike is in Hinsdale. Hello, Mike.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, you're on the air, Mike. It's Murph. What's your beef?
My beef is with a certain head coach of the Bears who believes that, according to his news conference yesterday, who believes that Kyle Orton's just being put in because he's the best chance to win the game and that he is not being evaluated for next year. I think that's an insult to all the fans, and I'm not believing it for a minute.
Well, you know, Mike, and I'm also going to vote Tool of the Week. You can put that in Friday if you want to redial, because Lovie Smith is the story today. You're right on it. I mean, you're all over the story, Mike in Hinsdale. How do they know, number one? How would they know that Kyle Orton gives them the best chance to win? And number two, we'll cover this at 1 o'clock, Mike, but I'd like your thoughts on Orton. Why in the world would Lovie say it's a one-game start? Why don't they say you got all 3 starts instead of saying we'll reevaluate him after 1 game? What the hell does that mean?
It doesn't make sense. They should just say he's our quarterback for the rest of the season, and we're gonna see what he can do, and see if he'll be with us next year.
If he gives them the best chance to win, why wouldn't he start the last 3 games?
Exactly. I agree.
And, you know what, I'm not saying I know Kyle Orton's psyche or how mentally strong he is, but think about this. Wouldn't it be better for Kyle Orton, this is just you and me, Mike, wouldn't it be better for Kyle Orton if the head coach said, you're starting the last 3 games, young man, go get him, as opposed to, well, let him start 1 game, then we'll sort of look at it again. What is that?
Yeah, I agree. I've always liked Kyle Orton. I think there's been many times this year I've screamed to put Kyle Orton in. I think he's a good kid.
I think they're setting him up to fail. We'll talk about this a little more. Mike, thanks for getting us rolling in Hinsdale, buddy.
Okay.
All right, pal. I appreciate that. Next is Al from Carroll Stream. Hello, Al.
Hey, Murph, how's it going?
Oh, man, Al, I'm great. So many beef, so little time. What's yours?
Well, my beef is all the way from the West Coast, those odds makers, and I just seen the paper. They pick Illinois to lose, especially by the point spread they're giving them 17. Why not just not even show up? I hope they pound their Charles White, O.J. Simpson running back butt and just embarrass USC on New Year's Day.
Oh, I like your angle. I'm taking the Illini into 17. How about you?
Yes, sir. And I hope they beat them by 23.
Carroll Stream, Al. I like your pizzazz. I like the cut of your jib. Why don't you head on over to Browns? Hook up Al there, would you, please? By the way, our caller a minute ago from Hinsdale, he's not far from Marry Me Jewelers. The holiday season, here's where you get your loved one the most amazing watch ever made. Have you heard about it? The Reactor Watch. It's unbreakable. A lifetime guarantee. The Reactor Watch available exclusively. Marry Me Jewelry in LaGrange Park. Visit marrymejewelry.com. Say hello to Gino Blando over in the Village Market on LaGrange Road. Next is Waldo in Northbrook. Where's Northbrook? Where's Waldo? Hey, buddy.
Hey, Murph, happy lunchtime. Thanks for the juicy segment.
Oh, man, I just wish right now I had my hands wrapped around a Maxwell Street Polish.
There you go.
All right.
Hey, my beef follows in line with the certain head coach, but it goes far beyond that. I think it goes to an organization who refuses from top to bottom to say, hey, we made a mistake, we were beaten, we blew the season, and we need to go ahead. It's okay. I think they misevaluate their fans who would readily accept someone that's honest and says, you know what, you have a work ethic, we can accept that, we are still your fans, but be truthful with us. That's all.
And more than that, I think you're also saying, you know what, don't wait 2-3 months to admit that you made the mistake. Nip it in the bud. They should have had the tryouts. Open competition is the better phrase,
exactly.
in Bourbonnais. So, you know what? Instead of dragging it on for 2 or 3 months, just nip the thing in the bud, right?
Exactly.
Thanks, Waldo. Hey, you're the best, buddy.
I say this calls for action, and now, nip it in the bud. You got to nip them things in the bud. I'm going to get my bud nipper and go over there and nip some bud.
One way to take care of it, nip it in the bud.
That bud is nipped.
Let's go to, ooh, that hurts. Let's go to Brian from Evanston will be our final beat for today for Browns. Hello, Brian.
Hey, Murph, how you doing?
Good, Brian. Give it all you got, man. You're my final beefer.
My beef is with the Bears management and draft strategy. Desmond Clark had a career year last year, and our first-round draft pick is a tight end. We have more needs than that. What gives?
Well, you know what? Right now they are a ship without a rudder. A tight end was a fine pick. Des Clark, though, like you point out, has stepped up big time. No one's got a problem with the Greg Olsen pick. But you look back at the previous draft